Good morning everyone. Today we will start with the next chapter, that is congruence of triangles. Okay, so when we talk about congruence of triangles, so first of all we should know the meaning of congruence, right? Congruence means having same shape and size. Having same shape and size, right? For example, if I take this figure, right, and if I take this figure and I say they are 2 centimeter and 4 centimeter, similarly 2 centimeter and 4 centimeter, there are two rectangles. Okay, so as you can see, both rectangles have same size and the shape is also same, so they are congruent. Okay, so this is known as congruency. Okay, so when we are talking about congruency, so we will talk about congruence of plane figures. It can be any figure, like as you are seeing this sheet which is kept here, it is having the same shape and same size. Both have same shape and same size. Now how we'll come to know that both have same shape and same size? When I place this sheet on this sheet, they superpose, means they are exactly over each other. Okay, so when two objects or two shapes or two things will superpose, then they are congruent. Okay, so this is about congruency of plane figures. Now I'll explain you. Okay, so let us see an example of plane figures. Okay, so if I say this is a plane figure, right? Now similar to this is this plane figure. So these two figures are congruent. Okay, when you will superimpose this figure on this figure, then they will be equal and they will have same shape and same size. So they will be congruent. Now we will talk about line segments. This was about plane figures. How we can see that if they are congruent or not? You can just cut this out and then we will superimpose. So if they will be exactly over each other, then they are congruent. Okay. Now talking about congruency of line segments. As you see, if we are having two line segments, okay, so this is a line segment and this is a line segment. Okay, so we are saying this is A, B, this is C, D. So if we say both are of 3 centimeter, okay, this is when the size is given. So we can directly say that they are congruent because they have the same size. But when we superimpose them, then they are exactly over each other. So they are congruent. Okay. So this is when we are talking about line segments. We can just place this line over this line by using a trace paper. Now we will talk about congruence of angles. Okay, in congruence of angles, like when we are having two angles, like angle, this is 40 degrees. Okay, this is angle A, B and C. Similarly, we are having another angle. Okay, this is also 40 degree. This is angle P, Q, R. and one over here we have is 30 degrees. This is angle LMN. So as we can see, if we superimpose, if we keep this angle over this angle, they will superpose over each other, so they are congruent. But when we place this angle over this angle, this will be somewhere here, so they are not exactly same, so they are not congruent. So when we talk about angles, we'll have to see the measure of angles. They should be equal. Now what do we say? If two angles have same measure, they are congruent. If two angles are congruent, then they have the same measurement. Okay, similar is the line segment. If two line segments are equal, they are congruent. If two line segments are congruent, then their length must be equal. So after this, we will move on to the next topic, that is congruence of triangles. Okay, for congruency of triangles. Okay, congruency of triangles we are talking about. So here, as you can see, we are having two triangles. Okay, these are a triangle APC and PQR. So what does this suggest? That congruence means when we take this triangle and we superpose this another triangle, then this triangle should cover triangle ABC completely. So I am going to place this triangle. I just picked it up from here and then placed it over here. So triangle PQR has completely covered triangle ABC. Okay, means they are both congruent as they have the same size and same shape, because they have covered each other completely. Okay, so now when the two triangles are congruent, ABC and PQR, okay, so what happens is, when they are equal or congruent two triangles, then their corresponding sides or corresponding vertices or corresponding angles should be equal. This is the point. So we'll see the corresponding sides over here. So when you place this triangle over this triangle, so R point comes on A point, means the corresponding side will be, we can write here, corresponding sides, corresponding vertices. These are vertices. Okay, so corresponding vertices are A and R, right? B, and when we turned this triangle, it superposed, so Q was on B, so B and Q. Okay, similarly when we placed it here, P was on C, so P and C and P. Okay, see how we placed. R was here, Q was here, P was here. We just hold it like this and we place it over here. So R goes on A, Q goes on B and P goes on C when we place it here. Okay, so this is superposition and the triangles are congruent, so their corresponding vertices are also equal. So these are about corresponding vertices. Now talking about corresponding sides. So when you are placing this triangle over here, so as you can see, these sides are equal. So AC and RP are corresponding sides. So talking about corresponding sides. Okay, AC and RP. AC and RP first. Next, BC and QP. Next is BC and QP, right? Then which is left? AP and RQ. AP and RQ. So these are the corresponding sides. Now what we are left with? Now we are left with the corresponding angles. Okay. So corresponding angles are on vertices, right? We can see A is the vertex, so BAC is an angle. Okay, so as we were having corresponding vertices, we can similarly have corresponding angles. So angle BAC is congruent to angle PRQ. So corresponding angles will be see, angles. Okay, so first is angle BAC and angle QRP. Similarly, angle ABC and RQP. Angle ABC and angle RQP. Next is angle BCA and angle QPR. So these are the angles which are corresponding. So we have learned three things in congruence of triangles, that is corresponding angles, corresponding sides and corresponding vertices. When two triangles are congruent, these three things will be equal in both the triangles. Okay, means completely the triangle will be equal to each other. Okay, so after this we can move on to the exercise number 7.1. See, for first that, let us take this example. This example number 1, triangle ABC and triangle PQR are congruent under the correspondence. ABC is RQP, corresponding to RQP. Okay, means ABC is corresponding to RQP, means A is R, B is similar to Q and C is similar to P. Similar thing we have done in this triangles. Okay, this example is similar to the one given on page number 137. Okay, now moving on to the exercise 7.1. You can do this in the book only. Two line segments are congruent. When will the two line segments be congruent? If they have the same length. Among two congruent angles, one has a measure of 70 degree. The measure of the other angle will also be 70 degree because they are two congruent angles. When we write angle A is equals to angle B, we actually mean that their measurement is equal. Means if angle A is equals to angle B, means angle A will be 30, so angle B also will be 30. Give any two real life examples of congruent shapes. Which shapes are congruent? We can take a square of 2 centimeter. So they will be both equal when we take 2 centimeter squares. So they are equal. Or anything else we can take as the set squares in our geometry box. If two of us are having those set squares, then both of them are congruent, right? Okay, so next question is, you have to give more examples for this. This is your homework. You have to write two real life examples. Okay. Now question number 3. If triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED under the correspondence ABC is corresponding to FED. Write all the corresponding congruent parts. This is also your homework. In triangle DEF, if triangle DEF is congruent to triangle BCA, write the parts of triangle BCA that correspond to angle E. So what we can do here is that we can make both the triangles, okay, like triangle DEF and triangle BCA. They should be of equal size, okay. So we are saying DEF, okay, BCA, BCA. Now we have to tell the parts of BCA that correspond to angle E. Angle E. Angle E corresponds. Angle C corresponds to angle E. Okay. Next is EF, line segment EF. So as you can see, line segment EF is over here. So line segment CA will be its corresponding part. Angle F. So angle F is this. So angle A will be the corresponding part. Similarly, line segment DF. DF is this line segment. So BA will be its corresponding part. So this is how you have to do this exercise. This exercise is for your homework. This is all for today. We will do the next topic in the next class. Okay. Thank you, class.